Okay, with object number 6 over here, the wedge, I did the centering just like before. I drew my cube, my box that everything would fit in, and then I measured out the things that I could measure. The was it 0.88 across here, okay, up 1, and then, those come together, up 0.25 here, and that's pretty much everything that I can measure. To get the angle that's drawn across here, in an isometric view, you cannot measure angles. You have to locate an X and a Y point for each end of that angled line. In this particular case, since it's 45 degrees, that means the height here will equal the depth in this direction because it's at 45 degrees. If it were something else, you would have to like draw it orthographically in the front view to be able to measure it. But in our case, since it is 45 degrees, we can just take the height, the 1.75 minus the 0.25. So that leaves me with 1.5 coming back across. So lay my ruler up. Measure back 1.5. And that just gets me at the top surface. So I can take my darker pencil, I'll go ahead and draw that in. So that you can see those with what we're doing. Okay. And now it comes down and connects with the corner over here. So I just take a straight edge and I'm going to line those up, and I'm going to do it lightly to begin with. Okay, and so that's got that particular side. I can, in your case, probably the easiest thing to do would be to take a protractor and determine the angle of that line. Well, I'll tell you what, I think we can actually draw things across here, because we know this is 7/8 of an inch across here. So from this point, we could measure the 7/8 and connect those two with a construction line. Okay. And I probably should erase out the box here. The one on the outside I can darken so you can see it. And I'm going to draw this one a little bit darker to make it easier for you to see what we're doing here. Okay. Now I can take this intersection back here and bring it forward to where it intersects the inclined plane. At that point, and then I can project back the other way to where it would intersect on the edge of the top surface here. So I'm going to go back to a lighter colored pencil. until I get that intersected. Okay. And then I can darken those in. Then I take a straight edge and just connect those 2 points. Okay, so that's got the outline of my object. Now I've got the holes that I need to put in, and I measured them already. It's 7/8 of an inch in from the front edge, and then 0.75 and 1.5 down. So I'm going to draw my center lines. And I lost my mark, so I can write it on that. There it is. Okay, now I go to my template, and these holes are 0.69. And this template doesn't have a 0.69, it's just got fractions, so that's like 5/8. I'm pretty sure. Let me check that. (11/16). Yeah, 11/16. And so that, I do have an 11/16 on this one. Now this is still on the top surface, so my holes, my isometric ellipse will be in a horizontal plane. So I want to line up my index marks with the center lines. Okay, the only thing left is draw my center lines for the holes and then do some erasing and cleaning up. One thing with dealing with isometrics is you always want to consider, can you see the bottom of a hole or the rear of a hole? And in this particular case, you would just measure down the thickness of your object. We're 1 inch thick. If I go to the highest point of the circle and measure down 1 inch, no, I can't see the bottom of that hole. And it's unusual that we would draw hidden lines in an isometric view. I mean, sometimes you may need to, but usually, unless it's needed for clarification, we're not going to draw hidden lines. And actually, in your hand drawings that you're going to have here, we're not going to do any hidden lines in isometrics. Okay, that's looking good. So only thing left to do is fill in the title block. And, oh, lettering. Okay, so let me, probably haven't dealt with lettering yet. So I'll make a separate video, but if you've got a lettering guide, you can use that to draw your lines.